Yes. I was dancing again starting this intro.
Me too. I feel like this is just like my hype music. Like every time this is our walkout music.
You're like,
it reminds me of Space Jam a little.
Does it remind you of Space Jam a little bit? Yeah, completely. Hi everybody, you guys, welcome to the Maker Meetup. This is episode 3 of season 2. Guys, this is a really important episode. We are so happy that you guys are here joining us. If it's your first time joining us, welcome to the Maker community. If not, and you have been watching all our videos, we love you guys so much. This is a place for community, for us to come together, to educate each other, to support each other, and we bring this to you guys, to your homes every single Tuesday. So thank you guys for joining us. We're sending you guys lots of social distance hugs. Really, really excited. But before we get into today's very important topic, we want to talk about the challenge from last week because holy crap, you guys blew it out of the park. It was such an incredible challenge. And I am going to hand the mic over to Haley to tell us a little bit more.
Awesome. Hi, guys. I'm Haley from artist Haley Nolan. And last week, we challenged you guys to create a video that proved to make good social currency, which is also valuable content. So to do so, we enticed you to make a video that was more of a tutorial or a process walkthrough video. And are you guys getting any echo from me?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. I was getting echo of myself. And so basically, we challenged you guys to submit some videos on Instagram, and the winner was going to receive a $300 gift card courtesy of Hike Keys. Now, Hike Keys is a musician, and he's a really good friend of ours. This is a point to make sure that all makers are welcome in this space. So it's not just resident artists. We are woodworkers. We are musicians, we are creators just in general. So that was an awesome way to tie it in. And he was generous enough to allow you guys and us to use his song called Rocket in the background of our content process videos. So we have a winner that we chose from that challenge. There, where I'm getting feedback in the little private chat of ours. I feel like I'm doing a great job. So, okay, our winner from last week is, drum roll, please.
Hike is going to announce it. We're announcing it.
Oh, I announced it. Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie.
Yay, Lisa. You guys. All of your videos were so incredible, but we do have a message from Hike Keys as well. He was so incredibly grateful for all of you guys joining this challenge. But Matt, if we can play that video.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. It's Hike Keys. Happy Tuesday. I hope you all had a great weekend. I wanted to thank all of you for your submissions for this week's Maker Meetup Challenge. It was fantastic. I loved watching all of your videos, and I'll be honest, it was not easy picking a winner. It was a tight race between 3 of the process videos, in my opinion. One of them being how to catch a leprechaun, the ocean-inspired rack, the flower coasters. The winner for this week's Spotlight Challenge is the ocean-inspired rack video by Lisa Marie. So congratulations to you. The ladies at the Maker Meetup will discuss the logistics of the gift card and whatnot. This wasn't an easy decision, but I promise I'm going to be doing many, many more giveaways. Thank you guys. God bless. Peace and love.
Oh my gosh. So I totally ruined it. I announced it before him, and he is just the nicest, most genuine human being. If you don't follow him already, we will put his handle up here on the little board so you guys can follow him. Hike Keys, and congratulations, Lisa Marie Art Design, I believe. Yes, just so you guys can go ahead and follow her.
But you guys, I mean, your guys' submissions were out of this world, and I know so many of you guys had done this for the first time. You guys knocked it out of the park. Now, this was your first time doing a video like this. Can you imagine what your video is going to look like in 5 or 6 videos? As you do these, they're going to get more professional and more professional. So keep doing these. Every little video you do, try new angles, keep working on that editing. and they're just going to get better and better. And with all the information we're going to give you guys today about how to make your content go viral, it's just going to be an absolute extra boost for your page and your business. So
yeah, and I do want to say something real quick with that. Guys, I loved the videos that showed your fails as well, because some of you guys, it was your first time trying something. It was your first time editing. It was your first time filming with some of the things. So I loved just the realness that you guys put into your videos, and you had fun with it. You showed your personality, you showed yourself, and that is so important. Things don't have to be like pristine perfect every single time. And honestly, to me, I love seeing like the goofy videos because you just seem more like a real person to me, which I love to see.
Yes,
so amazing job, guys. I just loved all of your videos.
And I think we have clips of Lisa's video that she made, right, Matt? Can we roll that tape?
Get up, try to roll out of bed, gotta get money. Shut up, being broke is a joke, but it ain't funny. They were laughing at me when I had nothing. I was young back then in my own damn head. Don't lose yourself, we all got stress, you gotta feel blessed. Don't look around to see who got more, just know who got less. Don't work too hard, you gotta work smart if you wanna work less. I just wanna go flex with me and my friends. Now I got money in my pocket, get off my rocket. I'm feeling myself tonight, cause everyone got on my last nerve. I put myself first, my life's on do not disturb. Ooh, I wanna live a little, splurge a little, fancy dinner, designer dinner. We all got one life, and I don't think twice. Ooh, I wanna take you home, I live alone. Your heart is gold, my heart is chrome, so let's intertwine. Do it all night. Talk my shit. If you talk like this, gotta go do it. I got big plans, so many blueprints that I need new ink. I got a new girl, so I don't really care who you're screwing. Cupid shot my heart and it went right through it. Don't lose yourself, we all got stress, you gotta feel blessed. Don't look around to see who got more, just know who got less. Don't work too hard, you gotta work smart if you wanna work less. I just wanna go flex with me and my friends. Now
Woo!
You guys,
Does anyone else have the song stuck in their head?
yes,
Seriously, yes, it's been playing.
So catchy.
I mean, it's catchy, it's great, and this just shows you that when you make a really good process video and you have another element like a good song in the background, they just boost your video so much higher. And just like Haley said, musicians are also makers, and we're slowly bringing in all kinds of makers into the community. So if you're a maker and you're not a resin artist, a painter, you're still welcome. Send us a message, show us what you're creating, and we all want to support you and be there with you guys all together. But before we get into the topic of this video, guys, make sure you have a notepad. Write down some notes. It's going to be a lot of information, but very, very useful. Kelly has hers preset.
I don't have to write down quite as many notes as we wrote down leading up to this, but the Cliff Notes version will work.
Yeah. But we will have a recap video that'll probably go up maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure when Matt will have that ready. We're going to do little graphics of, pinpoints of a checklist of all the items that we're going to talk about today as well, coming in the next 1 or 2 days. So you will see all that too. But as usual, guys, we have a $200 Moss Epoxy card that somebody is going to win today on the live. The way we pick the winner for that, guys, is when you're interacting in the comments with us when we ask you guys questions. So interact with one another, say hello, answer our questions, and one of you guys is going to win. So we're going to announce the winner at the end, so make sure you stay tuned. But let's get into it. All right, guys. So I think we can all agree that there's one common element in all viral video. There's always one thing that's going to be like, whoa. that's viral, right? So whatever the topic of the viral video is, it's triggering a passionate emotional response, right? So usually these kinds of videos make you feel emotions of awe and excitement, inspiration, amusement. And let's be real, it's not always positive, because sometimes you see like really cringeworthy videos and you're like, oh my God, like I have to keep watching this. You're on the edge of your seat and you're like, what is happening? I need to know. I need to see more, right? So it's these kinds of emotions that are going to make a video shareable and more clickable. So the stronger the emotion, the more clickable and shareable it's going to be. And we're going to go through this whole set of rules. So there's this rules called STEPS. So STEPPS, the 6-step rule. So it's social currency, triggers, emotion, public, practical value, and story. So we're going to go through each one of these. And guys, I do have notes on the side here. So if you see me like looking over, it's just a lot of information and I want to make sure I get everything correctly. So don't mind if I do that, okay? So we're going to get into the first 3, which is social currency. We talked a lot about this last episode, triggers and emotion. So when it comes to creating a viral video post, there is a lot of visual appeal tactics that you want to pay attention to. So things that have never been seen before will automatically go viral if they really have a wow factor in them, right? So for example, we talk about my pyramids all the time, how they went viral last year. Now, what is it about that made it go viral, right? So I had beautiful aesthetic cinematography, and it was telling this really compelling story that stuck an emotion with the audience of people that were watching it, right? So emotional trigger and something that they had never seen before. So everybody was automatically wanting to watch it and share it, and kind of that's how it works. So when a video gets shared too many times, or it's something that's been done over and over again, it's the whole mentality of been there, done that, I've seen it before. Yeah, it's beautiful, but I've seen it before, right? So it's things that are new that will kind of spark something in people. And again, also, like we said, sometimes it's not that, and it goes like really cringeworthy, right? So really cringy videos will be like, oh my God,
Okay.
I need to sit here and look at it.
With that, I don't know about you guys, but like if I taste something or smell something bad, the first thing I do is like, oh my God, taste this. Like,
I do the same thing.
Yeah, like your gut reaction is like, oh my God, someone needs to see this too, or someone needs to sense this too. And that's exactly that.
Kelly will send me 1 million videos a week. Be like, oh my God, you have to see this video. Whatever it is, it could be a whale swimming, or like, it could be something like yucky that just didn't turn out correctly or whatever, right? So it's kind of that kind of response that makes a video be shareable. Now, Kelly has gone viral many times, many times. And mostly it's for her really beautiful art pieces and process videos she does. And sometimes it's like, oh my God, I messed this up so bad. But Kelly has a way of like still beautifully showing it. Just because something goes wrong doesn't mean the video is not well made or well processed, right? It just showing you in a beautiful cinematography way how it went wrong and how the project ended. Now, Kelly had her Aurora Borealis piece, which was like, oh my God, mind-blowing. That went viral. And then she also has her little tic-tac-toe board that she did, and we were calling her a mold murderer, right? Because she torched her mold and it stuck and it ripped apart. So, Kelly, can you tell us a little bit more about the visual tactics and kind of like, the social currency and triggers and emotion that you think that made those 2 pieces go viral?
Definitely. And first, I just have to talk about the comments going on right now, because some people are mentioning that I should be a voice on the Calm app. And it's so funny. Like, I hear my voice and I'm just like, oh, like it's just nails on a chalkboard to me. So it's so funny to hear when people actually like that in my videos. So I appreciate that. So to kind of go on with the social currency, triggers, and emotions and how they kind of play into my videos. So for an example, my Aurora Borealis piece. So this one, if you guys didn't see it, I actually just recently posted it last week, I believe. And this piece, James Payne collaborated with me on this. And if you don't know James Payne, which I'm sure you do, he's a thumbs up guy from last week. So if you see him on the community page, he's the one with the thumbs up. He's an amazing woodworker, maker, resin artist, and he created this beautiful like framed base wooden art piece for me to pour into. So that right there, it's something new. It's something that people haven't seen before. It's something that you can't just buy in a store. So that's already kind of getting attention right there. And then, you know, in the filming, I did some kind of satisfying pours in there to kind of, you know, do like the ASMR, but like visually, aesthetically, you should say, or I should say, yeah. And so there was that, and there was also parts of the video that I was like peeling tape, and like the resin was coming off with it, and I had to use like pliers to like wrench off the resin, the tape together, and that made people like, oh my god, like what is she doing? Why is she doing this?
Is this gonna work? Is this gonna work, or did she mess this whole thing up? Like,
and
right.
It's like, you know those videos you see when you feel like you're on FaceTime with someone else? I feel like I'm on FaceTime with you and I'm telling you like, no, don't peel it that way. It'll mess it up. Peel it this way. So it's like, I want to talk to you. Yes.
Yeah, it's like triggering an emotion for you right there. Like you are triggered by this. So with that video, that combined, you know, social currency. It was a tutorial. It gave you something. It taught you something that you could apply to your own work and then also tell to other people. There was triggering things in there like the tape peeling and stuff like that, you know, it built up the anticipation and made you want to stay on to watch to see the end. And then there was the emotion where, you know, when I did like really close up panning shots and gave you angles that you wouldn't normally see just in a regular day basis, that pulls you in and just kind of gets you invested in the piece. So that's kind of how those played. And then like Ani mentioned before, I have some like failure videos where that's very triggering. I mean, that right there can be a negative and a positive, but it makes you feel something and it makes you want to share.
And you can almost combine those two elements. I've done this on a few of my videos where it's a little sneaky. I will have something that isn't a fail, but in my caption, I'll be like, oh, I hate how this turned out, because that's going to spark emotion in people by watching it and being like, oh, I like that. And then they're going to go argue in the comments, or the opposite way around. Like if I ever make something and it's a horrible disaster, I'll be like, I'll fix it, I think. And like let people kind of hash it out in the comments, because that's good to the algorithm. It spurs up emotion in people. And it's like, it's a trigger to action.
Isn't that's exactly the gamification we were talking about last week, Ronnie? Like, right. So Kelly and you, like, it's the same kind of thing. Kelly will say in her comments, like, hey guys, I think I completely messed this up. Oh my God, I don't know. Like, do you guys think I did okay? Or have you guys ran across this kind of problem? Let me know in the comments. So it literally connects with it. So you're triggering an emotion in your audience, but you're also asking them for their opinion, and they want to be involved. Like that's that inclusivity also that we were talking about last week with social currency. So you're tying in those two with the emotional trigger. You have your audience right there. They're going to be like, oh my God. And we know that audiences love to give their input on everything that you do, whether it's good or bad. So putting those together, automatically, it's like, cool, you got it. It's the hook. So that's really great. Yeah. Yeah. So Kelly being a mold murderer was
so entertaining. I loved it.
And there was something else I was going to say too, is the relatability. So, you know, on those ones where we're talking about, gosh, like I messed this up, like how am I going to fix it? You know, asking people, how would you fix it? People have done this before. People have murdered a mold. And like you get that feeling of like, oh my gosh, someone out there did the same thing. And it's, and you just want to share that because it's like, yes, okay, I'm not alone.
And also like, actually, Kelly, I think Yelena Caustic, I believe is how you say her last name, during our challenge this week, her can video, like the can that you made, cut up coasters out of like white cans and stuff. Her voiceover was precise. She goes, so to start this video, I was so frustrated I almost cried. It was just, I watched the whole thing because
me too.
It came out so good at the end. She was like, I'm glad I hung in there. And I was with her the whole way. I was like, I got this. I'm gonna watch the whole thing.
Really invested in the process.
Yeah. And this is going to tie into our last step of the 6-step formula of stories. People like to get attached to the stories, and we'll get more into that. So we talked about the triggers and the emotional response and the social currency. And you guys see how important it is to like tie these things together. And, you know, having the beautiful process video, beautiful cinematography, just like as this complete whole different level of value to your content and your small business. So the next segment of the steps is making your content more public. Now, what does that mean? So imagine creating a viral video and everybody wants to imitate it. Imagine your content is so unique and it's so different and it's so out there and it's never been seen before. And everyone's like, I need to make that. And you share that with everybody. Like when you're at work and you're in the coffee room, what are you going to talk about with your friends? You're going to be like, oh shit, did you see that video of a girl making a 13-foot table? I mean, Ronnie, like when I know Ronnie, and when I saw that video, I was like, what? I was like, what? So that is the wow factor. So when you make something so out there and you get that reaction, right? Especially if, let's say, for example, you're showcasing your products that you're using, everyone's going to want to share that, right? When you share something, it's more in the public view. So your video is becoming more public, right? So for example, you guys remember the lemon piece I made? So my lemon art piece on the sculpted panel.
Beautiful.
So pretty.
Yeah, I love it so much. I was so sad when it sold. I was like, oh, I got to give away my little
I literally, I saw that you were selling it and I was like, I would have totally kept that, but I'm
I am going to make more, but yeah. So, you know, when I make that, something that I did was something that you do is you showcase kind of like all the brands that you use. And when it has that wow factor, everyone's going to share it. And what that does, basically, your content is selling itself.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally doing no work. So you make this incredible project, something way out there. You tag all the businesses, like for example, with the lemon sculpted panel that I made, I tagged Muffs, I tagged the sculpted panels, I tagged Eye Candy, I tagged Mixall, all the companies that I use. So if your video is really well made, all of these companies are gonna see that you tag them in their video and they're gonna be like, I'm gonna share that because I want my page people to see what she created and I want them to buy all the products that she used because look, they can make that too. So this is how your work gets more public. And that's basically what happened with Ronnie's table. Wow factor. And it's like, you know, anyone that goes to her page is going to be like, oh my gosh, she's using moss epoxies, right? So Ronnie, can you tell us a little bit more about what you feel that project, like the elements that it had that made it go more public in the view of the resin world?
Yeah, there was that time. Okay, so that was a little more than a year ago. And I remember it was my first time doing like a big project and talk about go big or go home. I don't think
I was just going to say that. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I think the biggest project I'd done before that was like 2.5 feet long, maybe. And then this table was it was a little over 13 feet long. It was insane. And I remember thinking ahead of time, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And I figured it out. But the thing that I learned out of that was bigger is not always better. Like I don't think that there's a hierarchy. And we talked about this last season, I think. There's not a hierarchy to like the big projects are the better projects and like have more value. But in social currency, the big projects almost always have more wow factor. And so it was there were a few things in a row that I had go viral, and that was one of them. And I think that one went viral specifically just because it was unknown to the market so far. It was the first project of that size in the ocean style that I think any of us had ever seen. So like the ocean resin pours were kind of picking up. Like I got in on doing ocean pours pretty early on, but they were starting to pick up and get a lot of traction. And that was just like something huge that everyone was like, oh my gosh, did you see that? And it was just such an easy share for people when they would see it. And then right around the same time, I did a piece that it hit on our first 3, the trigger emotions and all of that. It was the piece. Do you guys remember the trash piece?
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
Yes.
So
the little bitty bottles and the straws in the water showing trash in the ocean, right?
Yep. I did an ocean piece and I put trash in it. And I put like really sad music in the background. And so like, I think that following those steps and having a few videos in a row go viral where my algorithm was like picking up on the attention, and then I hit it with a big project. And the shareability of that was really big. So was the product. So Moss Epoxy shared that. The guy that I sold the table to shared it. Like everybody was sharing it. And another easy way to increase your publicity on your project is tagging people. And so I tagged reshare pages on my page during that time. And I don't actually do this anymore because I have so many reshare pages that take my content without permission. But early on, I would tag reshare pages, or I would put their hashtags down in my listings. And it just puts you kind of on their radar. So when your video starts trending on your page, it shows up in their feed and they're more likely to share it onto theirs, because reshare pages are super easy way to get extra followers as long as they're crediting you. I've had a lot of like really big, like 8 and 9 million follower accounts that will reshare my art videos. And it doesn't notify me because I get so many notifications, but then I'll have a couple like 5,000 new followers overnight. And I'm like, where are you guys?
Someone shares. Who shared me?
And I'm like, who did that?
Yeah.
We also talked about.
I think I saw a girl this past week who she got featured on Moss Epoxy, didn't she? Because she had been tagging them in
Jenna,
and they picked up on it, reshared hers. And I think I might have the numbers wrong, but I think she like almost doubled
around
followers, like got like 500 followers or something.
500 followers.
Yeah. And for even for my account, when I gained 500 followers, I'm like, heck yeah, like I did that
in a day.
Like I only had 1,000 followers and I got 500 overnight because I was tagging people and being diligent about using my hashtags and all of that. The way that you make your content more public is making it viewable to more people, and tagging companies that are more likely to reshare when you use their products as good marketing for them is also good marketing for you.
You know, I think another thing, and tell me what you guys feel about this, is like, Ronnie, when you created your 13-foot table, I think another part of the shareability is that not everybody has access to do what you just did. Yeah. So it's something that not everybody can create. So when they're sharing it, it's one of a kind, right? So it doesn't get the effect of been there, done that. So when I created, let's say, my pyramids and everybody was recreating them, oh my God, it's so rewarding. Like imagine doing something and everybody wants to like imitate and learn from you and create their own, and people would share with me what they created. And to me, I'm like, wait, me? Like, why do you guys like, until now, sometimes I'm like, I don't understand the whole thing of why you guys want to like look at my every move, and like, I'm so happy I inspire people.
It makes you feel like you pioneered something, and that when people are looking to like really push themselves, they're looking to you and seeing like, okay, like if she can do it, I can too. And it's like, it's just I feel like it's so empowering.
For sure. But like with your video, like the point I'm trying to make is like, when you do something that's not as accessible to every single person, so it's not going to be repeated or imitated that much, I feel like the public value of that goes higher because you're not going to see as many of those. So yours is going to be the only one that's being shared on that magnitude for at least a while. You know what I mean? So I think it has a lot to do with that too. So if you're going to create something that like not everybody can create that easily, it's a little bit more of a plus on the visual aspects of it.
And I saw it was Sarah M. Alley. I think that she said in the comments over there that she doesn't feel like companies follow small accounts or pick up on them. So I do want to encourage you that when Moss Epoxy picked me up as one of their influencers, I had, and Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, 700 followers, maybe like 714 followers, something like that. And it was consistency of good branding and being professional, and you put yourself out there in a way that attracts brands. So I was conducting myself as if I had 100,000 followers. I wasn't conducting my page like it was a small page. And companies often reward commitment. So before you get to the success and, oh wait, Matt just corrected me. I had 821 followers exactly when Matt from Moss Epoxy found me and brought me onto the team. But companies will reward consistency from you. So when you're using their products consistently and tagging them, they're going to see that loyalty and want to reward it. And the best way that you can get a brand's attention is by being a good marketing platform for them. And so you don't want to be giving away all your ad space for free. So like, don't make your page free marketing in every post. But what you do want to show companies is, hey, like my page has value. I'm growing. I'm a good opportunity to pick up on now. So Moss Epoxy saw me as a great asset to pick up on early because they saw potential in me. And you want to constantly be on your best behavior and putting your best foot forward to show brands that you have the potential to be a great asset for them.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
you
also,
sorry, we're all like, yeah.
I know, we're all like,
No, we're very passionately about this.
So with like Moss, I know because sometimes I'll be, you know, hopping behind the scenes on the Moss account. I never look at numbers, like ever. I don't look at people's numbers. That's not something that I look at. I look at their work. I look at what they're tagging us in. I never look at numbers. So please don't think that like if an account, you know, hasn't tagged you yet or hasn't featured you yet, that's just because there's a lot of people that are sending these companies, you know, things to feature, messages, and it's like we have, you know, a big content schedule that we do have to get to over time. So like we wish that we could just feature everyone like every single day, but there's just only a couple of us, and that's how a lot of companies are too. There's just a few people running it.
Concentrate. I say this all the time. Concentrate on you, your brand. Do the correct things. Tag the people. Make sure your photography is on point. Your cinematography is on point. Take all these like, you know, lessons that we're giving you guys. Just keep perfecting your craft. Keep tagging these companies. And when your, you know, your content is on point and is good, right? And gets to that level, these companies are going to see you. They're eventually going to share you. Just keep working on yourself.
Yeah.
And okay, I have to add to this because this is a little sneaky thing you can do. And write this down if you guys think it's a good idea. But I just tag the companies you like and you actually use and you actually buy, but go to their pages and see if they repost stuff. And if they do repost stuff, kind of like look at how their content is looking and what the reposters are posting, like if it matches your content. If you want to go ahead and just like make some content like that you think they would like, and then tag them in a couple weeks, send it to them. Say, I love your stuff. Like this is getting such great engagement or whatever, or like I'm preaching about this. Send them a DM with your own post in it. I've done that.
I think send them a thank you post. Don't post and say, I want this for free, or hey, can you please reshare me? Kind of, you know, a little gratitude post to get the company to know who you are as a person.
And then also, leave it for a little.
Yeah. Just send them a message and be like, hey guys, I just want to let you know, I use, let's say, the tabletop for the first time. I'm really grateful for such a great product. I really liked it. Here's, you know, I made this. I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys.
I love you guys.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Just, it's another way of like the company seeing you, but you're not like nagging them like, I need this. So they're going to appreciate you. Even if they don't post you right away, they're going to know that you are a fan of their product and you're going to be on their radar. And like, you know, they'll eventually
your face. We always talk about being like how we have regulars on our page who like they message us consistently and are supportive consistently, and those are our regulars. We know them by name. You can be a regular to a company as well and to a brand, especially one that you want to impress.
Yes, I have to say also, I think I scared Matt, and you guys are probably all going to DM Moss, and everyone that's commenting here, I mean, you can just say, hey, Matt, but also don't, because he'll get so mad at me. But we already all know you guys, like from the back of our hand. So you don't feel like you're not seen, because by Moss, you are seen. We're talking 100%. About like Moss sees you, other companies like whatever pigments you use or whatever music recording software you use. I'm not even joking. Like software companies are huge because you'll probably have more followers than software companies. Like if you use certain stuff to edit your videos, just be creative with it and kind of like dig a little deeper. And like sometimes there are small brands that you use and they're smaller than us and you and everyone. And they're like, let's do something together.
Small brands, they will be more likely. So grateful. I don't know. There's one, I don't know if I should say the name because I don't know if it's like I don't know. It's Stardust Micas. They're not like a huge account, but I love their products. And I posted them. I tagged them in my video. They sent me free product like a year ago. And I've been like slowly chipping away at it. And they sent me my own post. And they were like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, let me know anytime you need anything. And that's a brand that I have good rapport with. So anytime, if I sent them a message right now and asked like, hey, can I have like these 3 shades? I'm trying out something new. They would send it to me in a heartbeat. And it's not because I asked for something free. It's because when they showed me a good faith moment of showing me free product once a year ago, I returned that with an entire year of putting them in my Amazon shop, tagging them every time they're in one of my videos, and constantly talking well about the brand. So you got to take the opportunities that are given to you, but then also don't view it as a like, you got me one good thing, I'm going to give you one good thing and like post it up once or whatever. Show brands loyalty, show brands appreciation by consistency. And those brands, as they grow, will take you with them.
Yeah. So we're talking about, using your the brands that you use in your videos and how it makes your video more public because, you're connecting all these chains with all these different companies that you're talking about. Now, the next part of the step rules or the formula is practical value. So you're taking these products that you're using, and now if you add the informational part to that, it's going to be the next step to boosting your videos, right? So the importance of information that people want to share. So, for example, I love moss epoxies. I always use all different kinds of their epoxies, but every time I use it, I use different ones. And a really good example of this is when I started using the flag system. Now, the flag system with moss epoxies used to be used for like boating stuff, but when I look through the moss epoxy page, it cures really quickly. That means I can layer a bunch of stuff in one day and work a lot faster. So once I started using this, people are like, I have no idea what that product is. What is this, right? But I explain it in my video. So I'm doing the branding, showing the product, but now I'm explaining why I use the flag system when I use a tabletop, when I use the deep pour, or how I do things. It's informational. So now people are taking this information and sharing it within the community and being like, holy crap, like Annie's like teaching, oh my God, like look at this trick, look at this little like extra information that will help, right? So it's boosting this. So
like it always blows my mind how many dominoes you can make in one sitting. Like when you have your whole table covered, I'm like, oh my God, that's incredible. And it's because you're using the flag systems and you're showing people, and that's value. People are seeing the wow factor in how many sets you can make at once, and then also getting education out of it, which is all generating reshares for you.
Yeah. So it's everything we talked about. Now on top of it, you're sprinkling education on there, right? So it's just, again, you're adding all these little blocks. So when you have one video and you're adding all of these steps, your value just keeps going up and up and up and up. Now, Haley recently made this incredible river table, and she was using the Deep Pour X. Now, Deep Pour X is new with moss epoxy, and she's explaining it. She's using like this maker mold, and it's something where you see a lot of people making river tables, but not everybody will sit there and give you all the information, all of the fail moments, the positive moments, everything for you to learn. So when you do your version of this, you know what to do, what not to do, what to expect, what to look out for, right? So that video from Haley is a perfect example of giving your content practical value on top of it, right? So
I love it.
Yeah, in addition to that, right, because you're giving so much practical value, it's going to go back to what we were talking about being public and people sharing it, and it's going to get more public. So these two aspects of this formula go hand in hand. But Haley, can you tell us a little bit more about like the process you did and how you feel that gives practical value?
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to relate this not just to tutorial videos. I want this to sound like more, even if you're a lifestyle content blogger or something. So basically, you want to add some sort of helpful content tip or something. Doesn't have to be content. It can just be a helpful tip, visual tip. You don't have to say anything, but for instance, I follow a girl on Instagram and she's a photographer. She shows how she gets her models in a position, like run over here and laugh and turn around or whatever. She'll just like say it. And I'm like, shoot, like, I didn't know that. That's so cool. I'm not a photographer, but it engaged me. I was like, this is so entertaining. Or when musicians behind the scenes, they go ahead and show you the whole little videos of them editing all their music. And you're like, what is this screen? I've never seen it before. It's software I've never looked at. It's captivating. It's interesting. Either you've never seen it before and it's new to you, so you're interested in it, or it's something that you've seen before, but you've never seen it done that way. So these are two things that are like really important. And for example, Ronnie's table, it was 13 feet long. Yeah. And either you're a resin artist and you watched that and you were like, oh, I know why she needed 2 people for that, because it's going to cure fast. Or you've never seen resin before and you're like, what is this? This is crazy, but now I know what resin is. And so that's related to the bigger picture. And I wanted just to say that because I feel like it's important to make sure we take a step back from like our artist mindsets and make sure this goes for everything. And but for the table, as you know, my page is very how-to, and it's very educational. And so I'm just showing my my fails. Honestly, started small, so that was important to tell everyone I was starting with a small one. Moved to a larger one. My small one I did Deep Pore X, but it was too thin, so it took like 12 days cure. And so I'm telling you all these things that I'm learning, and this is probably helping my followers because I know my followers, and I know you guys, and I know what you want to see. And sometimes it's not buying my artwork. Like you want other content from me that's buying information basically, or seeing free snippets of information, which you can totally use the splinter tactic and splinter off information like I do. So I'm telling people how to do this deep pour, and I'm going through it, but I just had somebody contact me and say, hey, are you doing a deep pour class? Because I need help. I have no idea what to do. And it's because you do need that walkthrough sometimes. But just in my perspective, like it's just find what people like and then teach them or show them the behind the scenes. So think practical, think behind the scenes. And that's kind of what I have to say about that. I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, I mean, imagine another, like a good example, coming back to the flag system that I used, right? I needed like something that was going to cure fast. There wasn't something like in the market for it. It wasn't something that was used often. So I did my research. I found that the flag system with moss epoxy is going to work that way. And basically I created a new, like the practical value was like, I showed people something where it's like, holy crap, you can do this so fast. In one day, you can build like your project in a day. So it's practical value for them being like, oh my God, I'm going to go and get that.
And Ani, it's so crazy. You like single-handedly pretty much made flag like one of Moss's best like top sellers. So that's insane because it was really only used for marine. That was like a marine epoxy. And you did your research, you talked to the company, you did testing, you did all of this work behind the scenes that no one sees. And you know, made this trend and people are loving it and people are seeing that it's working. So it's pretty crazy.
Value to an existing product.
Exactly.
Yeah. You said
even if it's a product that wasn't used generally.
Also use it for art.
Yeah. So it's like there's a lot of artists, there's a lot of you that like you find a product and you're using it, but it's not necessarily something we're used to in the industry. But if it blows up for you and it works great and you explain why and how, you're basically putting practical value in that item. And when you're sharing it and it goes again public with the other step we were talking about, everyone's going to start using it. And that's basically part of the whole process of making your content go viral. So I hope that made sense. These two sections are kind of, they go hand in hand. So they get a little bit confusing. And we tried to keep them separate, to explain each one separate. But now you can see how the public and the practical value go together, because if you put practical value in your content with the branding of the products that you're using, it's going to be just completely shareable. So I hope that made sense. And
we're going to have a graphic afterwards, like on our Instagram, so that you guys can like really read these and understand them, so you can screenshot them and stuff.
Yeah, we'll have them tomorrow. Yeah. So so those are those steps. And now to pull everything together, earlier we mentioned on this, but the last step of the steps formula is storytelling. Now we touched on this again earlier, but this is basically the sum of everything we already talked about today. You want to tell a compelling story that triggers the emotions of your audience by making your content have informational value and be shareable. So once again, it's all of everything we did that we talked about, right? So saying like, holy crap, did you see that girl that made the 13-foot table? Or, oh my God, did you see that surfer artist? She made this incredible like Deep Word Table, or like, oh my God, did you see the girl that ripped that tic-tac-toe mold? And during the time when that happened, you know, tic-tac-toe boards were going viral on Instagram with resin artists. So just, it all kind of like works hand in hand. So once again, like even if a story that you're telling with your video or your content that you've created, whether it's positive or negative, the stronger the emotional reaction you have with your audience, with your viewer, the more viral your video will be. So for example, there was no way none of you guys didn't hear about this story, but the poor girl that put Gorilla Glue in her hair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Example. Now the whole thing was like, I really doubt she did that to go viral, because like there's no
She had a surgery to get it off.
You know, but these things happen. You know, she made a mistake, and I don't know, whatever. Like, we don't need to get into that, but you know, it went crazy. So anywhere you were, you're in coffee, pumping gas, you're like sitting at dinner with your family or whatever, you're going to be talking about that story. So having this,
I mentioned it to my family when it happened. I was like, "Did you guys see that chick who like her whole head?"
Yeah,
and that was like, it wasn't even like she was doing like the telling of a story. It was that her actual experience was so emotion evoking that literally everyone was just like, oh my gosh, what if that had happened to me?
Yeah.
Like, it made it personal for viewers in like the shock of, oh my gosh, like what if I had done that? But I would also almost argue that literal storytelling is one of the biggest tools that you can use. And Ani does this so well. I'm gonna give her a little bit of props here. If you guys don't follow her on TikTok, you're missing out, because Ani likes to share these like spicy story times.
Spill the tea.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Audios.
I tell you, I hope no one like David is on this like thing, because I tell my most horrible dating stories.
Oh, but they're so funny, and they're true.
Exaggerated a little bit. Like, I know that somebody is gonna watch that video. Like Ronnie was telling me this the other day. She's like, when you post the video, she's like, I've seen it, let's say on Instagram, but when she watches it on TikTok, she literally watches the whole thing, because I'm telling a spicy story. And, you know, it doesn't matter whether
because he sounded insane, and it evokes emotion in me. It triggers me to want to share it, because I'm like, did you hear what this girl's date did to her? And then it has value in the entertainment factor, and I'm learning something, and I'm engaged. And Ani is right. You do have to be a little careful with it. I did some story time videos and had family members of the person I was talking to be like, what's this about? I'm like,
oh no.
Like, you don't know them. You don't know them.
Yeah, it's like, it's not about him. It's somebody else.
Another like shareable tactic, like everything we were talking about, something, and this just literally clicked to me, like we haven't talked about this with the girls. On TikTok, if you make an original video, right? People can use that audio and make videos off of that, right? So usually if I hear a really spicy story on someone's video, you see that it's not the creator. I look at it and I want to see the original video. I want to see the actual creator of that audio, and I want to see who that is, right? And I want to watch that video. So that's another, on TikTok, it doesn't work like that on all platforms, but on TikTok, that's another way of like kind of the shareability and the public value of your content.
And with that too, just to kind of go the other way, I did a video with these little like honey bee coasters, like a beehive coaster that I did. And on TikTok, I put this like really just like spa, like super relaxing song to it. And that was like a song from Envato, like a royalty-free song I found somewhere. But, you know, that was my original audio. And it ended up like blowing up because people just wanted to chill. Like they listened. Some people said that they just had it on and just replayed it while they're in bed, just like listening to it. And like that helps.
On TikTok, I know, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but on TikTok, if you make an original audio, when people save the audio and reuse it, it does influence your algorithm to share the video. So not only by making original audios on TikTok specifically as a platform, do people like go back and look at original videos from audios and can find your account, but also you can pick up like storytelling audios from other accounts and put them on yours, and then you've got something entertaining for people to listen to while they watch your art, and they're going to be engaged with your content while also listening to this like spicier, entertaining story. And it's just all like, it's all a way to be a little more original, a little more eye-catching, a little more entertaining and to keep people's attention spans, because people are so, I mean, you guys know, it's like, I feel like with social media, it's like Tinder, where it's like,
Yes.
you got that first photo and 2 seconds before someone's going to swipe left or swipe right on you. And you want to catch attention immediately in the first few seconds, get people hooked where they're like, oh, maybe I'll like scroll through their bio and look at a few more of their pictures. Might swipe right. Versus if you're boring in the first like 5 seconds of your video, that's a left swipe.
Less than that. You guys, 2 to 3 seconds. If you really
max.
You want to make sure your people that are watching your videos, you want your audience to swipe right, guys. So, you know, think about that when you're filming.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think Sarah did something right, because she said that her challenge video that she made for last week's challenge got 10,000 views on TikTok, which is awesome.
That's so exciting.
You guys, congratulations. You guys, so this is basically like the storytelling is you want people to chatter about it. So think about like gossip, like when you're in junior high and there's like something happens, everyone's like talking in the crowd, right? So this is the storytelling portion of the 6-step process. So you want people to chatter about it, talk about it, tell each other about it, send it into DMs, be like, holy shit, did you see this? Did you hear this? Did you whatever? So, you know, tied in with everything else, this is the last step. So it's like the wow factor of all of these put together okay, so something else we were talking about, this doesn't guarantee that your video is going to be viral, but we promise you that if you try to put all of these steps in as many videos as you can, they will slowly get higher and higher and higher views, and eventually one of them will go viral. Like, you have to put the work in, guys. This isn't as easy as it sounds. We make it sound easy, but
and it does get easier. Like it's not always really hard. It gets so much easier. Like when Moss first found me and I had less than 1,000 followers, I was a tiny account and like I was doing my thing. I was having a great time. Like I wasn't stressing over it, but I was just wondering like, how do people do that? Like, how do you go viral? How do you get traction on your page? I feel like no one's finding me. I don't know how to do it. And it was the consistency of good quality content that eventually made it happen. But I had to put in the work ahead of time. And it wasn't, when I had my first video go viral, it wasn't that I had that video finally be what it needed to be. It was that my account was always what it had needed to be. And I was in a position to go viral and receive followers and have them meet my page where it was like, oh, it's not just like one good video that she has that went viral. I see that all her content is like this. So like that's
as a brand,
viral videos into follows.
And also like, it's not like you can just make one video and hope that it goes viral. It's like, you got to make like 30. I'm not even kidding. I think I made 30 and then I got one that.
You have to pay your
dues. You guys did it when you can because we have you. That's such a sweet comment.
Wait, what did you say?
Because we have you.
Oh, okay, thanks.
That's so sweet.
So yeah, you can just keep trucking along and it'll slowly build up to something, but please don't think it happens overnight because it literally took us all like years.
7 years. Where's my finger? 7 years to get where I am now, okay? But this is the thing. I always say this. You have to pay your dues. Learn about the companies you're working with. Make good content, get better at what you're doing, focus on your filming, your art form, build bonds in the community. And that's basically what we're doing here with the Maker Meetup. Like, we didn't have this. We didn't have the Maker Meetup. We kind of like sank or swam on our own. But here, like, teaching you guys, we want each other, like, we're helping each other, all of us. You guys help us every day as well. It's not, we're not helping you guys. Like, we're here all together. You know what I mean? We're trying to give you guys information to help you guys a little bit more, but we learn with you guys. We didn't know about this 6-step process at all. Like, we were like, wait, what is this, that? Like, we don't understand. But the thing is, just like Ronnie said, it gets easier, you guys. And eventually what happens is you do all of these steps without thinking afterwards. It becomes part of your nature when you're creating content for your brand. And you don't have to worry and think about it. So you just keep putting this amazing content out, and even if you don't go insanely viral, all of these steps are going to help your videos get more views, more followers, and it makes your page look just incredibly professional. And I think that's like the most important part. Be professional, be you, grow your brand, and you know, what's the movie? It's they say, if you build it, they will come.
Yes, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what the movie is, but it's like the Ark or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
yeah. Was it Evan Almighty?
It's an older movie.
Also,
They make fun of that a lot, but it's an older movie. From when I was young. So
I saw someone asked in the comments if they could use Hey Keys music on Hi Keys, however you pronounce it. I'm really bad at pronouncing things on TikTok, and you absolutely can. But they were asking if they could just repost it from the videos they already made. So on TikTok specifically, if you want to be able to help out artists like Hey Keys and get them netting followers from the exposure of their music, instead of using the original audio from your video, you're going to go down into the soundbar and turn original audio all the way off, and then go to search music and look up his name. Rocket's the first song that comes up if you want to put it in, and that way when people click on the music, it's going to take them back to his profile instead of just taking it back to original sound, which won't lead to anything.
Yeah, so when you upload your video, there's an option on the bottom. There's a musical note. If you click it, you can bring the volume down of your original video if it's already on there, and then just add the song like Ronnie said. And again, I feel like, you know, when people, let's say, repost our videos and our content and they don't tag us, it's really hurtful because it doesn't help us. Yeah, it's very much so. So when they, you know, repost our videos, we want them to at least tag us so that people know to come and look at our page if they like the art form. So same thing with musicians. If, you know, you're using their music, absolutely tag them, or specifically on TikTok, use their song off of the app so that people know that it's their song. And also, he has his music on Instagram as well. He's on iTunes, on Spotify. So if you guys want to stream him, he has some incredible music. His song "Sad Together" is the one that went viral with my pyramids, and I think it has like millions of views now on Spotify. I'm so happy for him. Awesome. He's such a he loves the makeup community so much, you guys. You have no idea. He messages me daily saying like, "Oh my God, did you see this person's video? Oh my God, do you know this artist? Like, I'm following them now too." Like, he's so grateful that he's part of this community. He's a sweet guy, really sweet.
He's amazing.
I really quick just want to address some of the comments that you guys are doing. First off, or second, or however many times I've chimed in on this, but thank you guys for commenting and staying engaged on these comments and talking to each other, interacting with us. It makes us so incredibly happy that we get to actually talk to you guys here like this. And to see you guys interact with each other is amazing. Annie Romero, she said, "It's my first time watching your episodes. And I have a lot of notes. Thank you so much for this. Thank you, ladies, for all the great info and the laughs." So thank you guys so much. For everyone new, I saw a lot of people that was your first time showing up to this episode or to the Maker Meetup. So I really appreciate you guys coming here, spending time with us, and getting to learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's time to pick our winner. What do you think for our?
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to announce it? Not me. Not it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. So I got to get like ready for this. So how we do the winners every single week is we look at the comments and see who's really engaged, who's talking to each other, who's talking to us. And today our winner for the $200 Moss Epoxies gift card is, drum roll please, I see Sedef did it for me. Thank you, Catherine Little. Thank you so much for being so engaged today. It was absolutely awesome. You guys have all been so amazing. So Catherine Little, congratulations. Send us a DM over at the Maker Meetup, and we will talk to you after the show and get you your gift card.
And also, Lisa Marie, make sure to DM us as well so we can get you your $300 Michaels gift card. And then this week, we are also going to do another little giveaway of maybe some Moss swag. I just made that up just now, so I hope I don't get killed. Maybe like a shirt or something, but also another
I have a new sweater. I have a new Moss sweater.
I love it. Mine's in the wash.
It's so cozy.
And then it'll also have an awesome giveaway with a small woodworking company that we wanted to feature this week because we're trying to get you guys super involved. We want to like grow our span, so not just makers within the resin, like I said, but like everyone, woodworkers, musicians, everybody that we can, photographers. You're all welcome here, and we want to show that. So we'll have that on our page this week.
All right, guys. So unfortunately, it's coming to the end of the episode, but we want to talk about two things. Firstly, our weekly challenge. So you guys killed it last week. Now you have those skills, and we want you guys to take all the information you learned from today, from these 6 steps, and add that onto the process video that you guys already know how to make, and try to make a viral video. So something that you feel, triggers emotional. I'm losing my words at the end of the episode.
We're tired. This is
awesome.
awesome.
We got through it all, and I'm like, okay, Annie, you did it, and now my brain. So we want you guys to make videos that make emotional triggers within your audience. So when people see it, it has that wow fact, like, oh my God, whether it's something new you're creating or storytelling, everything that we talked about today. And that is going to be your challenge. So tomorrow we will post on our feed slides of all of the 6 steps and kind of give a brief description of every single one. So you have somewhere to go and kind of look at these to refresh your memory. Also, this episode will be, again, on our YouTube channels, on the Maker Meetup website. So you can always go there and check it out. And also, if you guys are not signed up to the Maker Meetup, guys, it's a community hub where you can go online and it's free. As a member, you can sign on, you can share projects. You guys can all comment and react with each other on these, little posts and everything. So make sure you guys do that. But
yes, and real quick too, guys, don't be scared. I know some of you are like, that is a tall order to make a viral video. We're not going to be looking at the numbers of views or likes or anything like that. We're saying just try to take what you learned today with the steps program and integrate that into your video. So, try to we'll have notes and we'll have bullet points and everything for you guys too to look back on, but just try to put everything that you learned today into your video. That's all we're asking.
And I think our last challenge, we actually, all 4 of us watched every single video that was submitted. And so we just wanted to throw up a quick slideshow of some awesome makers. And, okay.
Cheers, guys. Congratulations.
Show you guys.
Was that like the most amazing thing? Guys, Matt, he created that video and it was just stellar. Stellar.
We love you, Matt. You guys, can we tell you guys, I think I'm speaking for all 4 of us when I say we are so proud of you guys. I know that for a lot of you, you guys did this for the first time. We're so proud of you. We know how hard it is to go out of your comfort zone and to do this kind of filming. And we have your backs. We're always going to be here to help you guys out. And again, we're just so proud of you guys.
Yeah.
And
Thank
we
you guys
also,
so much.
I don't know if we have time to show this, but Matt broke down an awesome video of all the steps for videos that we recorded, and like that went viral pretty well, like, or whatever, good for our pages. Do we want to roll that?
Yeah, let's roll.
That was
Yes.
awesome.
Guys, so this will be the video that we put on our maker page tomorrow. It literally gives you all the steps, and it shows you examples of every kind of step and all the triggers and all the steps we talked about. So this will be posted. You can even post it tonight, so you guys have an early access to it. But you guys, what an awesome day we had with you guys today. What an awesome episode. I hope you guys learned. I hope you guys took away a lot from this video. But it's time for us to sign off. We're excited to see all your videos for the challenge. As always, we are always on the maker page there to answer your questions and anything you guys need help with. But I'm Annie from Annie's Art Studio. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, anniesartstudio.com, and that's where you can find me.
And I'm Ronnie Langley from rll.designs. You can find me at Ronnie Langley on YouTube and TikTok, and ronnielangley.com is my website. And that's who I am.
And I'm Kelly Johnson. My handle on Instagram is KellyBelly62, and on TikTok it is Creatively Kelly. It's confusing, but we'll get through it together. And Haley.
I love it. Hi guys, I'll see you later. My name is the artist Haley Nolan on Instagram and on TikTok. I have a website. It's just haleynolan.com. And I also run a podcast called the Hey It's Hey podcast. You can find it on Apple Music and Spotify and Instagram.
We'll see you guys next week.
You guys are
Thanks,
awesome.
guys.
Thank you all so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't poop. I already did.
Oh my god, guys, I'm taking a Snapchat for Aaron.
It's fine.
I turned it on and you went, don't poop. I already did. I love you guys.